Hey loves, welcome in. If this video found you, it's because there's something in this message your soul's been trying to whisper to you. Today we're looking at the energy the collective is moving through, the shifts, the realizations, the things you're stepping into, and maybe the things you've been avoiding. Take a breath, unclench your jaw, soften your shoulders. Let's see what the universe is trying to show you today. Change. Okay, so right away, the collective is in a season of transition. This is that uncomfortable in between space where you're not who you were, but you're not quite yet who you're becoming either. It's the moment before the moment, the pressure before the breakthrough. Moon Dancer. This feels like you've been dancing around something, circling it, avoiding the real conversation, the real decision, the real truth. It's graceful avoidance. It looks like movement, but emotionally you're stalling. The initiation, rite of passage, crossing the threshold. And here's your doorway, the threshold. The universe is saying you can't dance around this anymore. This is a tunnel you walk through alone. The moment where you step into a version of yourself you've been scared to meet. I welcome healthy, loving relationships. This is your heart cracking open. You're calling in connection, but not the old kind. The one built on fear, not the ones built on fear or convenience. You're manifesting relationships that actually feel safe and that require you to show up differently too. The Lover's reverse. Here's the wound, the misalignment, the pattern that keeps repeating. This isn't about romance. This is about choices made from fear instead of self-worth. The universe is showing you where you've been choosing familiar with aligned. The Hanged Man reversed. You've been stuck not because you're trapped, but because you've been resisting your surrender. Trying to control the outcome, trying to hold on to something that's already shifting. This is the moment where the universe gently pries your fingers off the old timeline. Enter, one step forward, one step onward. You're right at the doorway, but you're hesitating. This is the I want change, but I'm scared of what it'll cost me moment. You're closer than you think, but fear has been whispering louder than intuition. Strength, stability, reversed. This is the wobble, the insecurity, the moment where you question whether you're strong enough to handle what you're asking for. But here's the truth, you've already survived harder things than what you're stepping into. Don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? In this is the turning point. You've been shrinking, softening your voice, lowering your standards, trying to make yourself easier to love, easier to keep, easier to understand, but you're not meant to fit in. You're meant to stand out. Six of Cups. This is the inner child stepping forward. Old memories, old wounds, old versions of you resurfacing, not to haunt you, but to heal you. You're remembering who you were before the world told you to be small. Bloom where you are planted. This is acceptance, not settling. It's realizing you don't have to need perfect conditions to grow. You just need presence. You're learning to bloom in the soil you're in, and that changes everything. Creativity flows from me. I am a divine creator, reverse. This is blocked expression. You've been holding back your voice, your ideas, your truth. Not because you're empty, but because you're scared of being seen. The universe is nudging you to create anyway, even if it's messy, even if it's imperfect. The moon. Here comes the reveal, the subconscious rising, the truth behind the truth. This is where illusions fall away and clarity finally comes in. The moon doesn't expose to shame, it exposes to free. Anjali Mudra. Anjali Mudra. Hands at the heart, a moment of stillness, a return to center. This is you grounding into yourself, not your fear, not your past, not your wounds, just you. And lastly, here's the final scene. We have Sky God. Divine protection, divine orchestration, divine timing. You're not walking this path alone. You're being guided, redirected, and supported in ways you can't always see. Now that we've seen the whole spread, this is a collective standing at the edge of a massive identity shift. You've been circling the truth, avoiding the doorway, hesitating at the threshold, not because you're weak, but because you've been conditioned to shrink. The past rises, but not to drag you backward, but to remind you of who you were before you dimmed your light. The moon reveals what's been hidden. The heart opens and fear loosens, and you return to yourself. This is not a breakdown, it's a breakthrough, a shedding, a remembering, a rebirth. Collective, you're stepping out of old patterns, shedding into versions of yourself that survived instead of lived, and walking into a chapter where you choose alignment, connection, and truth, even when it scares you. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and trust that you're being exactly guided where you need to be. Thank you.